At the top it's just us. At the top it's just us.
At the top, it's just us still, people. And the boy can, he can walk around, North London with his chest held high because, it's just easy. You just see that. You got to give him his props in it.
That's why I'm easy.
He's just easy. Easy does it. Easy as it comes. Easiest 3 points of the season.
I'm easy like Sunday morning.
But it was Sunday evening. It was the easiest Sunday evening kickabout that you can find in a while. It's like routine now. It's standard. Give us our 3 points. It's only Tottenham boys, but I don't know. Anyone who is saying that we're overjoyed with the Tottenham win don't understand the hatred that we have for that club. It's tribal. It's strictly tribal. It's not really a rivalry because it's one-way traffic. And it's not really that deep because they haven't really taken league titles from us, right? We leave that to, Man United has taken titles from us. Chelsea has taken titles in the Europa League from us. These men ain't take nothing from us. They're just there. They're just the annoying little brother. That's all they are. And we acknowledge them as such. Just the annoying little brother down the road. But there was, what was most satisfying about the first goal yesterday when Chelsea scored it? Was watching Denzo run to the goal line and still couldn't stop it. He was trying his best. Man was at the goal line and just watched the ball roll in. So satisfying. Couldn't have happened to a better bunch. That after watching Liverpool get fisted up by Forest and watching City drop points, we had to one up them. And the only thing would have been better than a 4-1 would have probably been like a clean sheet, not give that piece of looking Richarlison a goal, and probably, hit him with a couple more because Eze could have scored more. He could have scored 4. If he picks a corner, either way, I wish Declan had opened them up a little bit earlier. Then the floodgates would have came in like the 5th or 6th minute instead of the 31st minute. Because after Declan missed that chance, they actually, I think we let them off the hook and they actually thought they could get something out of the game for a minute. But then reality came crashing back down. And I love it. Absolutely love it. But we move. Right? We get that one out the way and then we move on to Bayern Munich. Puts us in a good position to look ahead to Chelsea. Look ahead to, I think we got what? Is it Brentford? Brentford, then Villa. But Bayern Munich is a sticking point. This is a wicked attack that we have to face on Wednesday. Not gonna lie. Bad boy attack. It's the paradox game, right? You have the unstoppable force versus the immovable object. Which big up to Hincapié who stepped in and made like no one missed Gabriel yesterday. He was on the sideline celebrating harder than the guys on the pitch. You know what I'm saying? Big up to Never a Pen. Hope you're good. Big up to Bluebird in the house. Big up to my mod, AJ. Hope you're good, my G. Man, that's that respect every time. Walked past a Spurs fan today. He told me that, fuck off. I didn't say a word. It stings, don't it? It stings. Let it sting. I think the silence, your lack of acknowledgement probably hurts him even more. Like he can't draw you out. You can't get triggered. Now, there's a reason why you're speaking to me and I'm not speaking to you. Hey, undisputed best team in the league. So hey, brother. Yeah, there's a metric for the best team in the league, There's the Premier League table. And no one can take that from us right now for at least another 3 weeks. Right? So if you look at I want to be objective about it and say we kind of have to acknowledge Chelsea. If we're going to respect the Premier League table as such and say that we are the best team, which I think we are at this point of the season, we have to acknowledge Chelsea while they're hanging around second. Right? Yeah. Big up the football locker room banter, bro. We're at the top. It's just us. We're at the top.
At the top, it's just us. At the top, it's just us.
At the top, it's just us, and the topic is just us. It's all about Arsenal. But we look around now. If this following weekend, say for example, the world turned upside down and Chelsea beat us, then we'll take them seriously as, hey, they're there. Well, we'll take them more serious because they're second. We'll respect the second place. But we win that game and go 9 points clear, yeah, counting them out as well. And here's why. There is one team that I think that can chase us down from 7 to 9 points from behind. That team is not Chelsea and it's not Liverpool. It's Pep. Right? My fear for Pep is actually bigger than my belief in Arteta because I've actually seen Pep do it over and over and over and over and over again. He has proven that. And when someone demonstrates a high level of competence, a high level of proficiency, you have to respect it as such. Big up to men like Vito. Big up to brother Views in the house. Listen, this is Mito, yeah. Man, Mito has a way with words, you know. I need to step my language game up when these men come on stream, you know, because this man called Isak the Ozempic Saeed. I've never heard that before. And brother, I don't if that is your thing, that's the line of the day so far. I woke up watching Mito on stream on the Perspective podcast. The man said the Ozempic Saeed. They were playing the Ozempic Saeed at the expense of Ekatike, and it's actually hurting Liverpool, and it is. It's a fair point to make, you know. Like, they're two number one strikers cannot coexist in a team. They can't, bro. They cannot. You know that you see Julian Alvarez, who recognized I respect that Haaland is a top striker. I respect that. I'm gonna respect him as such, but I'm pretty good too. Now, as good as that guy is, I know how good I am, and I'm not gonna sit behind him. Right, so he goes to Atletico, and he's doing his thing over there. There has to be some separation. There has to be between main striker and the next guy. I hear competition for places and all that. That does not work for everyone. That works for some parts of the park. Other parts, it won't. That works for Trossard Martinelli, right? If you're a top striker, you don't sit behind anyone. You just don't. Not when there are so many teams in Europe that need your services. Goals cost money, and you score them, you'll charge your price, your fair market value. No matter how many goals that damn Divock Origi scored for Liverpool during their running, and he did score a lot of clutch goals. The very next week, Bobby Firmino was the starter. You know, so the Ekatike and Isak thing is actually, I think it's actually causing a within the squad, and it shows on the pitch. It does. Yeah, AJ, I'm gonna start this one about Raya, and I'm gonna come back to it because I actually want to discuss Raya as well. Last time Spurs were the Emirates, Max Diamond was 10 months old. Jaja, oi, big up to Jagans. Man has respect. What good panagrog, my brother. Hope you are good, my G. Football locker room is in the house. Bigging up Views. Absolute love. We're on top. At the top is just us, my G. Chelsea H. They're second. I'm gonna respect the one. Yeah, fuck them all day. But so we have the opportunity this Sunday to put to extinguish that fire, put a 9-point gap between us and them, and then the conversation is dead. Because I think they still have tough places to go to. Places that we've gone. They still have to go to St. James's Park and some other tough places to play some fixtures. But yeah, big up to me though, man. Yeah, man. Big up to Guna SC as well. Big up to Gary in the house. Remember when Chelsea banter us for second? Now they'll be begging for second on Sunday. Sunday night there'll be a 9-point. Yeah, I'm here. I'm here for it. And the fixture kind of props up nicely as we go from Bayern to Chelsea. Because we have a mad midweek fixture against, what I consider one of the top sides in Europe. It's definitely the best attack. But they got Barcelona coming to Stamford Bridge as well. So it's not like they can take the night off. And I think that would be a good game of football. Because Lamine Yamal and Rafinha are back. Big up to Ozzy in the building. What are you saying? Big up to you, my guy. What we got? Big my bro, the Waffle Don. Big up to you, bro. Watch back gang. Yeah, man. Heard about Jimmy Cliff. It's my distant uncle, My very distant uncle, James Chambers. It's the same last name from the Mobius side. But that's the very distant part of the family. Yeah. But yeah, I'm not very good news. Absolute legend. Are you predicting the win versus Chelsea? Yeah, I am. I expect us to beat Chelsea. Uh, you hear it's one of Arteta's best records. You know, it's one of his flexes that he's never lost at Stamford Bridge since he's been managing Arsenal, and he better not fucking start this weekend. Mm-hmm. The same way I'm looking at the way the weekend perfectly lined up for us to do what we did, and you better not find a way to mess this up. You do not go mess up your record this weekend when we need it most. Can you imagine them man beat us and be winning 3 points of us? Oh, it's gonna. And I do think if they do beat us, you know, the entire Premier League landscape will be looking at them differently. But you know, if we do what I think we're gonna do and handle business, yeah, I think they'll go back to where most people think that they will be. There or thereabouts, but not quite ready yet. The other big blue shark, and I can't dismiss them either. The big blue shark. Big up to Monster in the house. Big up to Monster in the house. But yeah, I did start this one from AJ earlier when he says, I don't want to be negative, but what the fuck was Raya? What the fuck was I'm getting really tired of that. It's gonna cost us at some point. It's gonna cost us. But here's the thing. Yeah, on yesterday's stream, I asked the chat, who's at fault? Is it Raya? Is it Zubamendi? Who's more at fault for that goal that we conceded? And it does sting because you never want to concede to these men, right? Well, we've been clean sheet FC. The laundry bill has been high. The laundry bill's been high. You know, the dry cleaning bill's been high because the sheets have been clean. And I'm like, didn't want to concede to him. So obviously, you know, being toxic and negative, we have to look for something to be mad about. And I was 50-50 at the time. Like, Raya, got to do better there. You got to be able to spot the danger. If you see your defender doing a lateral dribble and he's being pressed, the possibility exists that he can lose the ball. Step back a bit or take a step back sooner. I don't like the optics of seeing my goalkeeper getting lobbed over and over again. It's not a good look, you know, and that could actually hurt your confidence. If you're bored, bro, find a way to deal with your boredom other than try to get involved in the game where you need to be that high up. But as I watched it back and I took a couple of still frames and actually looked at it, I'm starting to lean more to the side of Zubamendi actually cost us that goal. I do believe. And if you're not looking at the screen right now, I got a picture up of right before Paulina nicks it off him. Paulina and Richarlison are pressing him. And if you look directly ahead, if he holds his head up, he has Timber right in front of him. He can tow it to Timber. He can slide, whatever. He needs to do hell on high water to make sure that ball gets to Timber. Because Timber is in acres of space directly in front of him for an outlet pass. Can't be dwelling on the ball there. And many people have said this about him. When you press him, he does this sometimes. But this is Premier League adjustment tax, I will put it down to. But he has that is Timber. Our bad boy right back. The pass is right there, Zuby. Give it to him. So when I put this still frame and I'm looking, I'm like, yeah, Zuby, you have to do better there. And another frame. Right after the ball is nicked off him and Richarlison gets it, this is like a nanosecond after when I snap this still frame. And if you look, Saliba's in the frame, Declan Rice is in the frame. So if they're in the frame, that means they were open for the pass before he lost it. So he had 1, 2, 3 options within the frame. And even if Saliba wasn't in frame, Declan wasn't in frame, and Timber wasn't directly in front of him, you've always been taught in youth football, if you're the last man, the goalkeeper is always a safe outlet pass. So even if he didn't want to give it to Timber, even if he didn't want to play Saliba or Deckers, give it back to Raya. Don't hold it there. And Ozzy is spot on. He is dwelling on the ball. You can't dwell on the ball there, my guy. So, you know, I wasn't going to be wrong on strong on that. Raya still probably could have done better taking a step back, but most of this blame pie is going to go down to Zubamendi. That's the only blemish on yesterday's performance, that we literally gifted these men a goal. Yeah. And it reminded me of a couple of years ago, we were 3-0 up sailing, and David Raya himself kicked the ball straight to Romero and got them back into the game and made it way more nervy than it could have been or needed to be. But other than that, do I think we will win on Wednesday? I don't. I actually think we draw the Bayern game. I really think we do. I don't think we win. I don't think we lose. A loss. Never want to predict the Arsenal loss, but I think Bayern are really they're doing what they're doing. They're in top form right now. Not gonna lie, we're in top form. They're in top form, and I think a draw could be a decent result on the night. But if I'm picking anyone to win it, I'm gonna back the home team. Not gonna lie. Big up to James Bond. Man has no respect, but G. Said Nemesis slot out, simply slipping lovely. Is it slot in? Is it slot out? Big up to Dal, Oregon Goon in the house. Hope you're good, my bro. Yeah, brother. It's if he loses to West Ham next week, then I think it becomes untenable. And just a couple of game weeks ago, I'm looking at that fixture and I'm saying there is no way. Liverpool are going to go on a run here. But the way that man got punched up the Forest, it makes it difficult to it makes it difficult for you to say, okay, that's an easy 3 points for Liverpool. And normally at Anfield, a 19th place team would be, light work, barbecue chicken, easy work. But they made a meal of that. That goal is more on Arteta than Zubimendi and Raya, in my opinion, because Arteta wants Raya that high, but Zubimendi should have given Spurs the throw in if needed. Yep, whatever you do, hell on high water, you cannot lose it there. What are the odds of us conceding that type of goal to Tottenham in the preseason and then doing it again, in the North London? Yeah, it's just didn't want them to score, especially a screamer like that. Can't be dwelling on the ball there, Zubi. He had a man. Bro, we did the ole towards the end of the match. It was one of it's what we expected. And no one in here expected us to lose that game. We were nervous about it, not because of the players, but we were nervous about it because we said, hey man, if the manager if he complicates this and overthink this and cost us more points, especially in this game. Because Tottenham would have loved anything more than to end our damn title hopes or put a dent in it. But now, accidents happen. It's not an accident if it keeps happening. It's a reoccurring accident. Getting loved by Mateta last year in the preseason, and now he needs to fix up. He didn't throw the ball out the Spurs player. So he does craziness. He feels like he just needs to get involved in the play more than he needs to. Raya has the bubble guts trying to shit his pants. And then Rice kicked the wrong balls in their pen box and gave a penalty. Yep. I remember that. And that ended 3-2 way much. And we were 3-0 sailing at that point. There was no reason for that game to be that close. Raya had a bet on. He check his accounts. Check his FanDuel. If they draw with West Ham, it's anything other than 3 points, and then it's you can turn a 1 point lead at the top of the Premier League to a 12-point deficit off first and keep your job. Not after that amount of money spent. I'm sorry, they can't. A midfielder moving in the middle of the pitch and losing the ball is sacrilege. Yeah. Eze, welcome home, son. Welcome home. Now, hey, brother. So speaking of Eze, right? You men already know how I feel about the Eberici. That's my guy. I think he starts for every Premier League team. I've always said that. Bad boy. So yesterday, listen, the big up to my bro, the Waffle Don. Yesterday was always going to be about Eze for me, right? But that's not enough, right? Yesterday we went on the catch-up for the domestics. And, Eze scored a hat-trick. I'm supposed to go on there and praise Eze, right? But that wasn't enough. You see that damn catch, yeah? That catch like to pretend like he don't have top gooner energy, but he is fully top gooned. where all the praise has to go to Mikhail, or you're negative. Eze scores a hat trick, so of course I'm going to praise Eze. And I sat on the panel for a good 20 minutes and not saying shit. So when it was time for me to speak, this is what happens. Let's take a look, people.
The game today and how Arteta has been performing as a manager recently.
Yeah, today was all about Eze. Like, Rashid know how I feel about Eze. Like, I've since he signed, I'm like, give every Premier League team.
Wait. What do you mean today was all about Eze? Today's definitely got to give some props to Arteta the way he just nullified everything they were doing for the whole 60 minutes. Let's not do that. Come on. Come on.
Can I finish my damn sentence before we do the Arteta play?
He was good today.
I couldn't fucking talk. Couldn't get the damn sentence out my mouth before he interrupted. And you listen, people, I ramble on my own channel every single day. I get to talk. So when I go on panels, I'm usually reserved and I'm usually quiet. But I couldn't get the damn Eze praise out my mouth before he wanted Arteta glaze. I'm gonna welcome the Raiders and big up to Madrista Sam. Big him up every single time. But people, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm working with.
The game today and how Arteta has been performing as a manager recently.
Yeah, today was all about Eze. Like, Rashid know how I feel about Eze. Like, I've since he signed, I'm like, give every Premier League team.
Wait. What do you mean today was all about Eze? Today's definitely got to give some props to Arteta the way he just nullified everything they were doing for the whole 60 minutes. Let's not do that. Come on. Come on.
Can I finish my damn sentence before we do the Arteta play?
He was good today.
No, Catch, seriously, Catch. I am the guy. And
He's trying to
Can I finish my damn sentence before so he wants me to go straight to Arteta was great, best manager, all this. Brother, the boy scored a hat trick. Rejected Tottenham to come to us. I'm gonna start with the guy who scored the hat trick. He don't even know if I was gonna praise Arteta or not. But he couldn't allow me to even start any kind of praise unless it resulted in the praise being to Mikel. And this is what I don't like about the Arteta prop. It has to be him. But that's what I'm saying, Zier Talks. I was going to get there, but he wouldn't even allow me to do it. Because if you don't start with Arteta is great, they don't want to hear shit. I'm like, brother, the hat trick, I'm going to start with the guy who scored the hat trick. And I'm going to double down on this. I'm going to triple down on it. I don't give a fuck who disagrees. Starting Eze is not a difficult decision to make. It's not a tactical masterclass. I was upset at Arteta for not starting him at Anfield because that's the quality that was on the bench. I'm mad at Arteta for not starting him at home versus City because that's the quality that was at the bench. Now he goes for England and plays with freedom and bangs. And now he's starting to bang and he's starting to click. And I'm supposed to praise Arteta for starting him. If he's starting for every Premier League team, why is he doing on our bench? You don't need to adjust to the Premier League. He's been here for time. What are we doing? When Kai Havertz came for Chelsea, he wasn't on the bench. He came straight into the damn team. But I was like, brother, let me get this. There was the order of merit yesterday. The OML list, the order of merit list started with Eze, not Arteta. Who the hell was Arteta supposed to start in the 10 yesterday? You know he's not going to start either. And his captain is hurt. But what's the why? Why did I need to start by praising that guy? Why can't I the performers? Like, do the people who go to the Emirates pay their money to go see Arteta jump around on the sideline and land hairplanes and shit? Or do they go to the Emirates to see Eze do what he did yesterday? So tell me if I'm crazy, people, for starting my monologue, my piece, by praising Eze. I'm a big fan of the kid. But what am like X says, am I a prick, fam? I don't get it. He was going to get his flowers. And we did player ratings at the end, and he said, what do you give the coach? I said, I give him a 9. Fantastic job. Only reason why I didn't give him a 10 is because I didn't expect Calafiori to play a full 90 after he didn't train. And he was hurt, and everyone knows he was hurt. because Gattuso sent him home. And he didn't even play him in a qualifier where Italy actually needed him. They didn't play him, and they held 4 from Norway. So he didn't play. Big up to the Raiders, people. Big up to everyone who's hit the like button. Hit a cheeky sub on the channel if you are new around these parts. And I'm sorry if the comments got away from me for a bit, but I had to put that out there. I had to discuss just the energy in the Arsenal fan base. And, it's like, we can praise everybody, and we will, but he didn't even allow me to get there. Those were my first sentences on the stream. I did not speak. And I start with praising the guy who scored the hat trick, and I was interrupted. Couldn't get through my damn monologue. It's criminal. Big up to boy 10. When Eze busted out that skill move, the crowd started to do the ole. But Tottenham turned up at the Emirates with 5 defenders, and Eze unlocked them with that dink in 2 minutes. In 2 minutes. That's the quality that the boy has. And Declan could have scored there, should have scored. And I do believe if he did, the floodgates opened up early, and we could have blamed them for 6. Imagine if we lose the league on goal difference. Basically, Revere Rice for that. Boy, then so we're going to wrap it up by 10 points, 10 plus points. So we need to go clear. We need to go clear. 9 clear of Chelsea on Sunday. Big up to Dal, become a member of the channel. In addition to gifting all these memberships, man, Dal decided to become a member himself. Big him up. Big up my guy. Didn't have to, but greatly appreciated as always. Where are we at? Eze scored the first hat-trick in the first debut North London derby hat-trick since 1978. Alan Sunderland. Hey, big up with that. Big up to Paul Walker 82. Big up BBK, mods, everyone else in the chat. Big up to you, bro. Far too kind. Far too kind, my guy. Big up to you. Elite. Lots of L's in there for the Premier League champions, At this stage, only six times has a team won the league after being 6 or more points behind after 12 games played. I tell you what, let me see if I'm reading this right. At this stage, only 6 teams has ever won the league after being 6 or more points behind after 12 games. So are you saying you still have a chance? Or you're throwing in the towel? Let me know. Right, I catch, man. But big up to Sam. Big up to Madrista Sam, man. Big up to him. Wicked content creator. Talking about a guy with standards. That guy there. Catch that loud mic energy, man. Just big up Sam, man. Big up Sam, bro. I hope you're good, man. I'm looking forward to seeing you on the Bruce Banana on the next episode. I don't think I've seen you on the Bruce Banana since then. Yeah, but man, he loves him some Mikhail, bro. Man would not let me. Man, hold on. How are you praising the guy that that scored the hat trick? How are you not praising the guy who started him? Who the fuck is he supposed to start there? Who? Of course not. Cash really want to say, I told you at the end of the season. Yeah, and the thing is, when I push back and I say, Cash, brother, you cannot do the negative thing with me. You cannot, because even he, as positive as he is, hasn't predicted every wins all season. I have yet to predict a Premier League loss. So how the hell am I the negative one? What kind of negative fan predicts wins? Right? If someone tells you, hey, you know what? I'm a gay man, but I only fuck women. How much sense does that make? So how am I negative if I'm only predicting wins? It does not. The math ain't mathing. He didn't predict us to go to Anfield and win. I did, but I'm the negative one. What are we doing? You know what I'm saying? Did Arteta score the hat trick? What, brother? I'm going to start with the guy who was banging. He wouldn't allow me to get there, Zier. Also, I don't think you man were that special before the goal. I think we started the first 5 minutes well. I think if Declan scored that, it's a different game. But I agree with you that between that miss and the actual goal itself, it was a lot of probing. Saliba had a lot of space on the right that he looked like he was like nervous to step into. Even Gary Neville was on the commentary, be like, the space is there for Saliba. He just needs to be confident to step into that space and be the extra man, be the overload. Because Tottenham was offering nothing going that way. Like, it was their attack was so dead, like literally Arteta was comfortable leaving Calafiori out there. And I know he's not 100% fit because he hasn't been training because of that hip injury. Catch Guna. Man would not allow it, bruv. Big up to Views. They didn't have a shot on target in the first half, but we weren't good. Make that make sense. Arteta picked the only real 11 he had. He also was landing planes most of the time. The first 15 seconds. I actually clocked that. The first 15 seconds on the clock, he was doing that. I'm like, bro, how? What instructions are you giving 15 seconds into the game? Glazing Bayern too much. Allow it. If we're gonna glaze the defense, our defense and how good our defense is, our defense is as good as Bayern attack is at attacking. Their attack is blistering. I do think that they're gonna really miss Luis Diaz, but that damn Olise they scored 6 goals. He had 3 of the goals and 6 of the assists, and 3 goals, 2 assists out of 6 goals. He contributed in 5 of them. And big up to Dal, man. Dal gifted 5 more memberships to the channel. Another round of applause for Dal. And another one. Far too kind, Dal. Far too kind. My G. That's the mentality of these guys. They love the man more than they love the club. Man took offense that I started with Ezra. It's like, nah, I'm going to start with the guy who was the man of the hour. I just want to see fight against Bayern Munich. If we draw, okay, we don't. Yeah, we can't lose that game because the thing is, Bayern have the ability to just blow teams away. The same way even though we blamed Atletico 4-0, it was a 15-minute period. All 4 of those goals came. Bayern have the ability to do that. It went from 0-0 to 4-0 in 15 minutes. You can't let that happen. Arteta won't. His ego and his pride in his defense will not allow him to want us to concede a bunch of goals. Because then the whole having conceded 3 goals in a game goes all the way back to what? Is that the Luton Town game or West Ham game like in 2023? It's been a while. So he wants to preserve that. And I think if we limit Bayern Munich to 1 goal, we probably win the game. If they score 2, we probably draw. Because I do rate their attack. I rate their attack highly. Big up to Hendo. I'm revolutionary parts. I'm saying we beat Bayern 2-1. Bun all this moving shook. I mean, a 2-1 result for Arsenal at the Emirates versus Bayern Munich, on the run of form and the run of play and the run of where we are as a club, is a good result. And no one should be shocked by that, like it's some type of upset. But I do respect what Bayern is doing with their attacking front. As they had to call Arsenal, not Arsenal had to call Eze, so he gets all the props. Oh shit, that part. How the hell does Arteta get props for doing what's the obvious? It's cash mental. He loves Mikel, and he'll get sensitive about any criticism to the point where praising the guy who scored the hat-trick may come off to him as criticism. Because it's not like I said anything bad about Arteta, but the fact that I started my statement by saying today was all about Arteta, he felt like I left out Arteta. I said today was all about Eze. He felt like I left out Arteta, and he took offense to that. Spurs is down down tools big time. They look like they just didn't want to be out there last night. Yeah, and this is why I wanted us to score early, because I really think we would have blamed them, man. We would have really messed them up. Big up to Aaron, my guy. You absolute geezer. Hope you are good, my G. AJ says, Abs, I think we draw 2-2. All Eze Saka for us, Harry Kane and Elise for Bayern Munich. And it will be interesting to see Eze on the pitch with Elise, you know. And I do think Saka has a bone to pick with Bayern after what happened last year when he had last year or the year before. When Bayern knocked us out, the 2-2 draw at the Emirates, he could have had a pen or he could have scored. I think he dived and the ref didn't give it. But on yesterday's performance, Saka, normally when Saka has like a steady performance, like a 7 out of 10, we don't win 4-1 in the old days. Right now, Saka has a 7 out of 10 performance. We're winning the game by 4 goals, and he doesn't score. Obviously, you know that someone else was bossing. And that someone else is, you know, we don't even need to mention him. He's in the thumbnail. That guy. Big up to Aaron, man. Spurs turned up with Kudus as their only forward-thinking player. Everyone involved with Spurs should be absolutely ashamed of themselves. You know what? Kudus looked like at the end of that game that he was rethinking his life choices. He looked like, what the hell did I do? And I know Eze is looking at him like, I'm glad I didn't do that. Because even the reporters were asking him. He did agree to terms with Tottenham, and they asked him, you almost went over there. Man gave the best answer ever. Hey, let's not speak about that. Don't speak about that after I just bagged the hattie on these, man. Spurs were, it was good. It was beautiful. It was all that snapshot of Patrick Danzo just flimsy chasing the ball as he walk over the goal line was a microcosm of the whole game. Shit. It's a could, not kudus, kudars. Kudars. Just putting the fact out there, I saw today, I know you gave up on the title after 5th defeat. You know I gave up on the title. Okay, gotcha. So what is the top? It's a top 4 race, Premier League. No, it's a top 4 race, Champions League, FA Cup for Liverpool. Damn. You know, LFC Monster, this is a quick way from the cheeky quadruple, you know. Remember the Waffle Dad, you remember the cheeky quad? Big up to a ha. Hope you're good. I said, don't listen to Zier, man. He's an Arsenal hater. Hey, we welcome all the haters. You know, if you're not doing something right, you will have no haters. No one will hate on a homeless guy. You know. Up to views. Please like the stream, people. What's the like count? What we saying? The like count. You know, as long as I get over 20, I can roll with that. You know, if we get up to 30, that would be even better. But you know, 20 is cool. Big up every single one of you tune in. If the 5-1 Bayern Munich happens again, you wouldn't care. I don't believe that, with all the respect. Yeah, we can't. I wouldn't be mad at this, but I do want to win the game. Just because I don't think we can. Just because I don't think we will. I mean, I want us to draw it. I don't think a draw is the worst result in the world, because I do expect us to do some rotation. Because most of us are agreeing that the Chelsea game is more important, right? Because we don't want them, man, 3 points behind us. Like, we don't want that. So we win that. We 9-point separation, I think, is safe for Chelsea. Not for City, but I think for Chelsea, safe. So there will be some rotation in this game. I'm expecting Skelly in at left back. Maybe Martinelli gets a run out. Trossard gets a rest. I don't know. What other rotations would you like to see? But there will be some rotation, or should. Sheldon said every fan club have a favorite. For a BBK, for me it's Eze. For you it's the Megalodon. For most it's Arteta. Sadly, if I started my statement by dissing Arteta, I could have understand his objection, but I didn't even mention the gaffer. You know, that aside, what happens in this Bayern game doesn't matter. This game is not important. I think it isn't. We don't want to get blamed. I don't want Bayern to turn up at the Emirates and beat us 2-0. I don't want that. Even though I'm confident that there will be no carryover from that to the next game, right? Because if you look at Liverpool, they beat Real Madrid. There was no carryover because they went to City and lost, conceded 3. So yeah, I agree there. And big up to this guy, man. Big up to Piero. He won every aerial ball in the box. He's a decent sub for Gabriel. He brings more confidence. He will be fine without Big Gabby. Yeah, he's a pit bull, man. He got that South American bite in him. Dio, it wouldn't be I have a 2-2 against Bayern, but if it's a 5-1 comes to pass, Teta in the dressing room. I don't think he was shit. Wahaha is harsh. I don't think he was shit. I think Saka was a standard 7, But I think Trossard was, levels in wing play yesterday. I don't even run this Kane prop. If he can score on Nkapia and Mascara, I'll give Kane a pat on the back. But I know he wasn't scoring against Saliba and Gabriel. Kane fancies a goal against us, man. AJ agrees. AJ said he don't think Saka was good yesterday. Fair. I'm not here to change your mind about it. Brother, I'm saying this guy needs to just take the Xavi off of his shirt and put Simmons. You're embarrassing that name, bro. Like he's a lost cause. That boy is as lost as a fart in a whirlwind. You don't know if he's coming or going. Just didn't look that bad because Spurs were there. I mean, you can put it that way, but then I look at it and be like, brother, United, why didn't you beat this Spurs team? Because they're better on the road than they are at the toilet. And you went there and didn't win. So you're looking at this Spurs shit team and you're like, shit. And Buemo should have bagged the hattie against these, man. Saka wasn't that bad. Double teamed again and couldn't do Saka things. A little harsh. No, I don't think Saka was poor. I mean, I think he was for lack of a better term, the worst of the wingers. But I just think Trossard was levels yesterday. The ball was sticking. I think he tired it. He got tired a little bit there in the end. But, Trossard was never built for speed. So was it Jed Spence would chase him down whenever he got away from him because he's just pace isn't his thing. Liverpool are 11th in the table, and I think they're placed correctly on current form. 11th, my God. And if Everton win today, yeah, they're good. So, can Jack Grealish, can Grealish do it? Grealish and Jai, Keane, the set piece. I don't think it's a sure shot for United to win today. Matter of fact, I think I have that down for a 1-1 draw. I think I have a United down to drop points today, even though it's at Old Trafford, because home and away for certain teams just doesn't mean as much as it used to. Home for Anfield is not a fortress anymore. I just said Tottenham are worst at their home ground. Old Trafford, I don't think Everton is scared to go there and actually have a go. 4 losses in there. What's going on is that they tinkered with the team too much, which is a question that most Liverpool fans scoffed at when I asked it over the summer when the transfer window was going on, because the signings were sexy and the names were glamorous. Now, I don't always agree with Greasy Don CFC, because delusional Don or whatever. Don makes some crazy takes. Yeah, and Don I think Don has like main character syndrome where he has to invoke Chelsea into whatever it is. But he actually made a good take this morning on our Saeed TV they were cooking ROMs, and he said Liverpool, in paraphrasing here, but he said Liverpool kind of went away from their DNA and went to sign all these stars and these shiny new toys. The Liverpool of old would sign players and build them up, right? They would sign Bobby Firmino from Hoffenheim, I think he was at. Got Salah from Roma. Signed Robertson from Hull. Trent is an academy kid. They would sign players from the Premier League from lesser clubs and build them up. And they fit the mold. But they went away from that this summer and went for Verts and went for Isak and the big names, and it's not meshing. And I think it's a fair point to make, because no one else knows what the hell is going on, because the players have quality. The players are good. When you're confronted with new information, you have to change your mind, which I have. Yeah. If you don't at that point, then it's just an agenda. If Everton finished the day ahead of Liverpool, I don't know, guys. Slot can't survive the week. I think he survives. But I think anything other than 3 points against West Ham is done. It's untenable at that point. Like, when have we ever seen the Anfield faithful walk out? Like, there was no fire drill. They left. So that was a statement in and of itself. So if they go to the London Stadium next week and anything other than 3 points and a good performance, even I think a stinky 3 points will still have them looking at him sideways. But they need a positive result and a good performance. So the pressure, all the pressure, because there's pressure on Nuno, to keep West Ham in the Premier League and all that. But all the pressure in that game is on Slack, because he has seen the message that was sent at Anfield by the fans. Saka had an average game, nothing outstanding. All right. I promise you I won't try to change your mind, revolutionary. How can Bayern be our European rivals? No. I think it's the amount of times we've met in the Champions League, and they've pretty much knocked us out every single time. Game was so dead until Marino moment decided to unlock them. So yeah, from the 3rd minute with that Declan Rice miss to the 31st minute or the 35th minute, whenever that goal was. So yeah, a 20-minute lull. Wasted all the set pieces. Yeah, the set pieces wasn't great either. Yeah, well, Wahaha is that's what he does, man. That's what he does, and he does it well. But today we will look back. When Everton go to Old Trafford and get some points. And I think Everton actually fancy themselves to win. Would anyone be shocked today if full-time whistle you see Everton 2, United 1? Wouldn't be shocked at that. Wouldn't be shocked at a 1-1. Wouldn't be shocked at a United win either. Like, this, it's literally wide open. Could go either way. Big up to DJ Crane. Big up to the Pacific Northwest. Yes, sir. Nice and gloomy up here still. Not a great weather forecast projected. Hey, Dal. Answer the man. Let him know that you're available. Ohaha said Rice was looking amazing, and I'm not a fan of his. Is that hating too? Yeah, I think Rice doing Rice things. Rice is standard, Timber standard. Tottenham, having 5 defenders on the pitch and you all ball watching when Moreno creates a little space and they completely shut off. And Trossard tabs is run beautifully. Being seen, fan highlighting Saka lack of GA. But for me, he knows his own team. He does what he wants. We haven't needed him to be brilliant yet. And that's the thing. That's where I'm at, Sheldon. Big up. Normally, in the old days or the old Arsenal team, in Arsenal teams past, Saka has a quiet game. We draw or we lose. Right? So yesterday, Saka has a quiet game. I don't think he was quiet. 7 out of 10 performance for me. But not his greatest game. And we win the game by 3 goals. 3 clear goals, and had an abundance of chances. So, yep, I'll take more of that. If we remember, was it the 2018 World Cup? Olivier Giroud went through the entire tournament, no GA, but he was critical in the build-up for Griezmann and Mbappe and Pogba, and then they won the tournament. Slot ball ain't the one. I don't even know what slot ball is anymore, And this is just poor form. This is not even down to injuries, bro. Because if Van Dijk picks up an injury, then they will really go in the rut. They just got Allison back. So Allison, which I put in one of the best goalkeepers in the world category, he's back and he played. Van Dijk, there's not an injury crisis there. It's just poor form. Something wrong. Something all right. For one, why did they buy a first team left back when Robertson does bits for him? Because he's old. I think Robertson is 34. Yeah, I think they needed a left back, to be fair. But he is not working to the point where Robertson is actually doing, the starting. So he started, for Scotland during the week or during the previous week and had to, come back and run the ship today. Kirk is just the shirts is just too heavy for some players. I'm relaxed about Saka. Keep the powder dry until later in the season. Fantastic player, and he will cook hot as the season unfolds. Hey, he needs to. Because when Madueke came on, he looked like he wanted a goal. And that's what I kind of appreciate. I can appreciate the guys coming on hungry and try to push the score to 4-5 to 5-6-0 because I wanted 6. I wanted to see 6 on that board. Because if we put 6 goals on the board, the crowd is going to call for 7. And then Ethan can come on like Man City and bend one in the top corner. I said on Friday's stream with the Waffle Down, like we owe these men a beat down. And, we've put 4 past them, the Torreira and Aubameyang game. We've done that before, but I wanted it to be a standout scoreline, They sold Diaz and didn't replace him. I think it's because they expected Wirtz to bow to fan pressure and go out there. The Diaz is a massive miss. Dare I say they miss Darwin? Do they miss Darwin? Hey, Jordan, LFC Monster, do you miss Darwin Núñez? You want to pry him back from Saudi. Because he was a pressing monster when he was on the pitch. Sheldon says, Slat can't do a damn thing to save himself. They won't win the Champions League except being average. Sack him soon, but it's over for them. You know what's crazy? I asked the question over the summer, is there a world where Liverpool can spend all this money and not win anything? I was kind of trolling at the time, but it looks like it's about to be so. Man. Hit the likes, people. Make sure that you are subscribing to the channel and all of that. There, all them something there. Big up to Binks. Hope you are good, ma'am. Thank you for checking in. Big up to you. Home Slice is in the house. How's it going? Hey, at the top, it's just us, and the topic is just us. Big up. Losing Timber to injury would get spicy. Not sure if White or Mosquera can cover. Yeah, I think they could. Between the two of them. Yeah, and we do need Benjamin White to hit form because, shit, man. We might have to sell him. So we need him to play and so he can raise his value. But I think the way Timber is playing, like at the striker position, Ekatike and Isak, there was, fighting for one spot, but this guy is, Timber is that guy. Big up to Jordan. Positive thoughts tonight for Everton. I think Everton gets something. I don't think Everton lose. I don't know what Wahaha says, but I'm thinking a 1-1, a cheeky 1-1. Ben White is finished. I don't believe Mosquera is good enough at right back yet. So in my opinion, we need a right back in Jan. I'm not giving up on Benjamin White yet. I'm gonna hold form. The form that I saw from him in 23-24, I think he can. I don't think he will hit that level, but with Timber hitting the levels that Timber is hitting now, I think we can. Benjamin White is a quality deputy. Not confident about Everton. Okay, I hear it. I hear your objective truth. If it ain't broke, don't fix it type of shit. Robertson was woeful and Simicast needed to be moved on, so needed a left back for this reason. I agree. Yeah, I think you needed a left back. Mosquera has looked fair when he's played at right back. Generally not sure about White, but he shouldn't be coming undone unless we're against elite teams. I think White will play. He'll definitely play in the EFL Cup. FA Cup comes around. He'll play some of those games because surely Timber has to get a rest, bro. Timber can't be out here playing, the intensity at which he plays the game cannot continue for 38 games and 14 or 15 Champions League games. And should we get to the quarterfinal or the semifinal, should we get past Palace and get to the semifinal in the League Cup, we're gonna be up against Newcastle, Chelsea, or City. So it's first team time. It's first team time mixed with a little bit of the guys who got you there. But it's not, oh, you got us here, let's roll out everyone. I think he'll still keep Kepa in goal, but you're up against Man City, you playing Timber. Now, should Brentford or Fulham upset the other bunch? I think you can risk it. But against Chelsea and against City, Timber has to play. So Grealish and Masterclass. And then Ja Masterclass loading will be my Q word, or we're gonna have fucking problems. I'm not going there with you, boy 10. I'm not doing it. David Moyes got sacked after 10 months for buying Fellaini. Where did you draw the line at for 450? 450, bro. I don't care who's managing when we get the squad. Give it to Stavenberg, give it to Youngberg, give it to Heinz, give it to Jack Wheelchair, give it to Bert. I don't care. This team should be doing the Q thing or making 3 finals. Hey, hear it. We didn't sign another left winger because of the emergence of Rio, not wanting him to back off his path, which I wasn't happy with at the time, but made sense. So went with it. Fair shout. There was YouTube post talking about them winning the league and making those signings. I commented, watch them embarrass themselves. That post was taken down. Yeah, there's a lot of backtracking going on right now, brother. Lots of it. A whole bunch of it. And which is the way they were moving in the transfer window was fair game still. They had a massive window. They all signed players who would have liked at our clubs. Most Premier League teams would have said yes to Isak. The Geordies were having a meltdown about losing the striker who delivered them the EFL Cup. Ekitike has proven that he's a baller. Kirk has had a great year at Bournemouth. He did. So, and they had to get Frimpong, right? Trent was gone, so they did what they did, and it kind of worked out for us, not them. Now, if those guys come good next year, then then it is what it is, isn't it? Then you can reevaluate the transfer window. Say it was a good transfer window. It was just bad for 1 year. It took time for them to gel. Liverpool destroyed the transfer window. Slot doesn't have an excuse after getting all the players he got. Yep, no excuse. And I think that he would have been given time if they had just replaced Trent and replaced Darwin, who he clearly didn't rate. Because even after they won the league last year, he was still starting Diaz false 9. But the fact that that man went and did all that, and they're nowhere near it, 11 points behind the Arsenal. 11, after starting 5 for 5. Football comes at you fast. Villa was winless after match week 5, Winless. They had 2 draws, 3 losses. Or 3 losses, 2 draws, something like that. Winless. And Villa are 4th now, or somewhere up there. And Liverpool started 5 for 5, and now they're 11th. That's how fast football, and that's happened in 7 match weeks. 6. Match week 6, match week 12. That's how fast football can come at you. So over the next 6 match weeks, Arsenal can actually blow this thing wide open. Or Chelsea can close the gap on us. I actually want us to blow the gap wide open on City because I do believe they're the only ones that I fear chasing us down. I don't think Liverpool can chase us down from 11th. I think we blame Chelsea. Even if we draw against Chelsea and maintain a 6-point gap, I don't think they can chase us. Man City can. So we just keep racking up wins. Next week, who does City have? Oh, they have Leeds. That's 3 points. Big up the Cape. Big up the Cape in the building. Ultra positive. Ultra chest. Ultra I love the club. Ultra let's get carried away. Let's enjoy the journey Big up to Cape Has Pause of People. Make sure you tune into him and the Waffle Down. They have their weekly Wednesday show. So if you're subscribed and got your notifications on, you will get that content as well. Boateng says, same thing runs for Arsenal, by the way. Berta destroyed the transfer window. Arteta, you're up to bat. Don't you dare strike out now. Yeah, Berta did the damn thing. Imagine us yesterday without Eza. Yesterday without Eza, we wouldn't have been giving us this type of joy. We beat Chelsea, and it's one hand on the title. I'm not there yet, Cape. I'm not there yet. Close, but not there yet. Slap moving like a slut moving, crazy grabbing beer man, and expecting some respect still. Yeah, you're insecure. You know that chick, the new dude moves into the neighborhood and he takes the chick out. And everywhere she go, everywhere he takes her, she know everybody. She know all the bouncers, all the dudes, hey, and you gotta be like, yo. Oh my days. I think Rice only take free kicks that are on the left side of the pitch, and they have to be direct. Yeah, that whip, yeah, is brother. He has perfected that. Big up to UD. Say, fuck that performance. That was a champion's performance. Arteta move proving everyone wrong. I cannot wait for the expose of Lee Gunner. Say it. Right, leave Lee Gunner alone, bro. Matter of fact, speaking of Lee, I streamed with Lee last night. Jesus. That was a long one. There's a lot of people just don't like Lee's delivery because he's very direct, and it's like, hey, either win or leave my club. Saka wasn't bad. He was decent for me. Rice and Timber and Eze were outstanding. What do you think of Marino's performance? You think Marino was good? I think Marino was big up to Rambo and Ambo, unapologetic podcast. Arteta will win you trophies. Well, it's about damn time, Yudi. I mean, he's been here for 6 years, brother. After 6 years at £1 billion spent, I don't think it's a tall ask to ask for some return. Aside from that fullback, Ekatike was a surprise for me. Wasn't impressed by their window. Still had Konate. I said it still has Ibrahimic calamity at the back and didn't address the weakness. Yeah, his stock is falling fast, man. If Real Madrid was seriously looking at this guy, they have turned the other cheek. They're like, nope, we'll go for Gahey now. We don't want that. Oh my days. Title talk is to next spring, I'm afraid. Plenty of banana skins. Yeah, I just have to get my hand on the EFL before I even start. Yeah, let's wrap up the EFL before we start the quad thing and this and that. Cape, just remember, Slat has already achieved what your man has been trying for 6 years. Calma. You see that, Yudi? You see that? From one Liverpool fan to another. So, LFC Monster is letting you know why me and man like Lee Gunner aren't really happy with Arteta, because Arteta has allowed LFC Monster to be able to talk to Cape this way, because he came in and took the league that we should have won. You see? So, and he's been right for every single summer. It's not about the delivery, bro. It's the agenda. I've been watching him since. Yeah, I've watched Lee since he was on AFTV. But what LFC Monster said is true. He did that. Like, I don't think there are too many managers in world football would have lost the last 3 Premier League titles. Not saying Arteta should have won all of them, but he should have won one of them. That is a blemish. Not gonna lie. So if you agree with LFC Monster, you agree with Lee Gunner then, because Lee Gunner has made this very same statement. That how are you meant to be a top manager and you let someone come into the league that you've been managing for the longest with a team and a bunch of players he's never coached before and walk the league in your head top? Lee wasn't always like this. I remember him being ultra positive in the late Wenger era. He's a man scarred then. And there's only so much you can take, because even myself, I used to go to an Arsenal home and away game every year between 08 and 2016. So I wasn't always like this either. I used to go to the game. I used to pay $1,400 to go watch one game. And after 2016, when we bought no outfield players and let Leicester win the league, I said, I'm done. These men aren't serious. And I stopped going to games. And I used to have a fantastic time. It was a great experience. But it wasn't about winning anymore. You know? If the BBK been initiated, can't turn back now. Aaron says, "What have we won since you've been watching Lee?" That's what it is. Only winning can cure a trophy drought. You know, if you're thirsty, you need water. You know, I can't be thirsty. You can't give me piss. You know, I won't drink it. 30 likes. Bosh. Hey, big up, man. Big up. Let's not get emotional. Slot won us the Premier League. Mourinho, Ancelotti, Ranieri, Conte all get sacked the season after winning the Premier League. Slot looks out of his depth. We need a reaction. Yeah, it has to. So that reaction has to come in the form of 3 points at West Ham. Can't be a drop point. Can't be 2-2. And especially if you go to West Ham and draw, and it's like a late minute equalizer for West Ham to take the 3 points from you, yeah, then it could be long. You know, Renee won the Champions League. If she doesn't win anything this season, she's sacked. I on earth as the FA Cup kept Arteta in for 6 years. Yeah, you know, fair points, man. Not everybody has the same luck. Let's make a bet. Slot will never do this again. Never. No karma, just karma. Big up to Aaron, man. Big up. Even if Slot gets sacked, Edwards and Hughes got it right in replacing Klopp and can very easily get it right once again. There's no fair play. This don't count. This don't count. Because you know the 5-1 win against Frankfurt was supposed to be it. Then you realize that Frankfurt are shit. Then you know, nah, this won't count. Your hands-on favorites to win that, and that's at home as well. Yeah, actually, it's at home, isn't it? If you lose this at Anfield and there's another fire drill, then yeah, I can see it being long. 50 million pounds. If you want him now, go pay it. Arteta has never done it. Now what? There it is, UD. See, this is what I'm saying. Arteta has given us nothing other than some feel-good moments throughout the season. Hasn't given us anything. And today, United, 8 p.m. UK time, will be sliced and diced. On that note, my lovely friends, I will love you and leave you. Have some commitments that I have to commit to today. I'm actually late, but I had to get a stream in so I can spend some football QT with you lot. Because it's love. It's love. And on the back of a fantastic performance from the Eberici, I had to come deliver some therapy. Thank you all for joining me, like you always do. Big up to every single one of you, like I always say. Take care of yourselves and each other. Until next time, we are gone.